Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today was the opening match. I watched the opening match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup and this is my reaction. And it is, I can't even find the words. I am disappointed in the opening match. I made a list of a few things to talk about, but I had another video in mind actually to talk about the Golden Boot, who I think is gonna win the Golden Boot, but I have to get off of my chest because this I cannot believe that this is what happened in the opening match for the World Cup. All right, let me start with a few good things. So Jimenez's attempt that happened within the 4th minute of the match, he got across and he did a half volley and the goalkeeper saved it. That was very good. I'm not gonna knock that. The formation that Mexico had versus South Africa, you could see that Mexico went with an attacking presence in mind, while South Africa wanted to play defensive and try to absorb and catch them on the counter. That was evident throughout most of the match because Mexico kept attacking and South Africa tried to defend as much as they could and try to catch them on the counter. But as we progress through, we realize that's not happening. South Africa tried to get them on the counter attack for one at one point early in the match, of course, and it almost worked. They almost got Mexico off guard, but that did not work. They could not. The passes could not be completed. They couldn't string two passes together, honestly, and it was just, you just could see that it's the chemistry. Because I don't even know South African squad like that, to be honest, like that. But just watching them play today, you could see that there's a lot of uncertainties. If they could just get it together, then maybe that could have happened. And the first goal that was scored now in the 8th minute, you could see that they were trying to play from the back, trying to build up and then go forward. I guess they were trying to pull Mexico out of position so that they could try to find gaps and then attack. That didn't work. Mexico had pressed, won the ball, scored the goal, and that was it. So the first mistake, and like that, and you paid the price for it. It happens. The yellow card. The South African player made a tackle on the Mexican player, and I still. Did he even try to get the ball? I don't think he tried to get the ball, and that is what bothers me because throughout most of the match I noticed that it doesn't look like they were trying to go for the ball. It's like they were just trying to just body the players most of the times and just make no play at all, no attempt for the ball, nothing whatsoever. It just was, and that is crazy to me. Ending of the first half, it was clear that Mexico had the control of the match. Mexico was pressing and South Africa was defending. It almost reminded me of the PSG versus Arsenal UFC Champions League final. But Mexico had control of the game. Once they scored the first goal, you could see that the tempo to me, what I observed, kind of slowed down a bit. And they were just play more control and just basically just hold out the game as best as they could just to get through. Within the 35th minute, a stats came up and I was like, wow. Mexico had 6 attempts, South Africa had none. Mexico had 2 on target and South Africa had none. So they haven't even been able to attack Mexico all now. They've just been basically defending this whole time. The 41st minute, Jimenez got an attempt and he looked like he was offside. I'm not gonna lie, he looked offside, like his shoulder was off when I was looking at the replay, when they were showing the replay. You could see that he would have been offside. So even if he had scored, it probably would have been chalked off because he was offside. And it just goes to show that Mexico is in the mindset to just attack because they're putting players in positions to attack. I saw them making the triangle. For a lot of they're just passing the ball around African players. one touch, two touch, three touch, gone. All along throughout the entire match, you could see the triangles that they were forming around, and they were just passing them like they weren't even there. And it just, yeah. Mexico got another attempt, and the ball hit the post. Right. Now, for the first major controversy, where I disagree with the referee, you can tell me what you think, but the red card for Sitole, where the Mexican player was running and him touch him and like them get tangled up and him, the two of them drop. And him get an instant red. But it's a free kick because the foul happened outside of the box. I don't think it warranted enough for a red card. I do believe it was a foul, yes, which would award the free kick. But I think you should have given a yellow. Because at the speed that they're running and him touch him on him shoulder, these players are experienced to know if them even get us, if breeze blow upon them too hard, them are gonna drop. That is the match, that's the game that we're living right now. You see it in the Premier League, you see it in Champions League, you see it in Bundesliga, League 1. All of these leagues, all these players, them just want one touch. They just want the breeze just blow across their face so one time. They could touch go so and them just drop and them just start, yeah. So I don't think it was a red card. I don't think it was red card worthy. I don't think it was. And kudos to South Africa for still playing good enough after that red card, because they didn't go full turtle mode. They didn't huddle up and just started playing full defense. They were still making attempts to try and attack. So they did. I didn't give them a little baby clap for that. Fine, cool. But after a while, they started being careless with their tackles. I could see more tackles becoming more aggressive, and they were starting to rack up cards. Yellow cards started coming out because I guess the ref noticed that he needs to get more control of this game, because it looks like, I don't know, like them lose them cool. They lost their cool, and they were just a tackle. Nobody not go for the ball now. Everybody's kicking on the players. South Africans that is, and it just made me wonder why are they doing this? Why? You're already down by a player. Just calm down, reset, and come again. That's all you have to do. It's the first match you're going to play against two other countries. Just chill and try to hold it as best as you can. But then Jimenez scored the next goal, which was a banging header. Can't knock that. That was a damn good cross, and that is what a striker does. A striker finishes clinically. So you can't knock that. You down one man, Mexico see the opportunity to do the cross. Right. And these goals were all from open play. So you can't argue and say, yeah, Mexico only scored from a direct or indirect kick. These are all open play goals. So I mean, South Africa tried, but I think they could have done a lot better. The next red card, brother. I keep wondering if these players, because I don't know if any of these players on South Africa's side ever play in Europe or any of those any other major leagues, even if it's a championship in England or the second division or something. But you're playing in the era of technology and cameras and VAR. Why would you try to slap a player and keep running and things you can get away with it? Plus the referee have on him ref camp on top of it. You think they'd get away with that? How you I was so disappointed. I was like, come on, man. Play the game if you have played the game, brethren. Don't. We are going rugby mode or we are doing that for? Why are you doing that? That made no sense at all. Out of frustration? You're angry? So you just have to slap him in the head side? I'm not laughing at the play. I'm just laughing at the fact that he did it. He did it and he thought he would have gotten away with it because his VAR called back the refs and said, come look at this. So the ref focus on the match. He missed that. Him not pay in the mind because it happened so quickly. And his back was most likely turned to the so he couldn't really see what happened, the interaction there. But I mean, come on, man. Come on. You can't do them things and expect to get away with it. Let's not get into that. Because I've seen certain things gotten away with, and yeah. We're not getting that right now, especially in the EPL. Anyway, moving on. Then Mexico got the red card for that I can't remember what his name was. He was very tall. But you're already up 2 goals. Why you need to go take a red card now? Remember, say I have a whole tournament we try to play for. And if you get out of the group stage, you go to the round of 32. And if you get out of the round of 30, you go round of 16. Then quarterfinals, then semifinals. Why I think short term? This is just the first match. You don't play against Korea yet, and you don't play against Czech Republic. So why you end up and get a red card for your team where you're already in the lead and you're controlling the match? I don't get it. What is the thought process? Even if South Africa had scored 1 goal, Mexico was so dominant throughout. You couldn't say, yeah, all right, this. No. Wanna control the match for the whole time. Just chill. Just chill, play the match, see it out. You get your points, you move on to the next match, you reset and you come again. They are the ones that are disadvantaged because they have 2 red cards. And them already not performing well. So they have one of the worst starts so far now. Well, can't say so far because, well, they have one of the worst starts to the tournament. So I mean, them already, as I said before, coming out of this group, and I had Korea and Mexico. I don't see South Africa coming out. And I never saw Czech Republic coming out. So, yeah. Then no. The free kick you take after the red card was given to the Mexican player. Why I try backheel the ball? And it not do properly. It went straight to the Mexican player and the man just pushed out the ball. When a set piece coach now work properly, you guys need to get a set piece coach. South Africa, get a set piece coach. Get the one that coach. Which team was it again? I think it was PSG. That guy with the long hair. I think he's a German. Trying to remember. There was a set piece coach that kept highlighting that he kept every time the club was taking a corner or a free kick, he would stand right by the touchline and watch. And if them score, him jump on him celebrate. Get you one of those and practice set pieces properly. Look for Arsenal videos them because I don't need to say nothing else. But let's work on the set pieces then, please. I think it was Arsenal set piece coach. I think it was him. I remember. Anyway, that free kick not even go in it. The ball don't even reach inside of the box. And about 2 feet away from the box. How you not get in at the box and you get a free kick in at the box? Just push the ball in at the box. Kick the ball in the air and it go into the box. Then you could have had a better attack. You try something fancy. When you're down 2 players and them down 1. And the playing field almost level. Worse, this coach for South Africa is retiring this month at the end of the tournament. He's retiring. I think that's what they said. He's retiring. So this is not a start. This is not a good retirement gift. Worst start ever. for a tournament, for any football team. I mean, it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. I'm going to try and pull up the stats. Just some quick stats that I've seen. Because like I said, this is not the video I had planned to do, but I haven't done the top boys because this is crazy. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. Alright. I'm gonna bring up the stats. Attempts on goal. Mexico had 16. South Africa had 3. On target 4, 2. Off target 8, 1. Inside the penalty area 8. How much is South Africa? 1. Outside the penalty area 7-2. let me get into the distribution. The passes. 532 passes for Mexico. 341 for South Africa. Mexico completed 467 passes. South Africa only completed 280. 9 crosses, 5. Out of the 9 crosses, 4 were completed. Out of the 5 crosses attempted by South Africa, none was completed. What does that mean? That simply means y'all need to do some work, get your act together, and come again. I see you guys exiting the group stages very early, just based on this first match, that is South Africa. And it just a poor performance by them, in my estimation. The match, I could see that I'm not sure if the game plan of Mexico was to just trying to control the narrative and just try to preserve their strength and the energy. So when they get out of the group stages, them have that, them can play against some tougher opponents and can push for more play against the tougher opponents, because they were just playing very calm and reserved. They could have scored more goals. Mexico, this match could have finished at least 4-5. Mexico could have scored 4-5 goals based on what I saw. It could have been much more goals, but it looks like they were trying to preserve the energy and just play conservative, especially after the first goal and see how South Africa, like they were gauging them to say, all right, they're not playing well, so I could just kick back, hold the ball, and just take time, make some nice subtle passes, and just control the whole game. That's what it looks like they were doing. And yeah, South Africa, I expect to see you exit this tournament very quickly. Mexico, I hope the game plan was to preserve your energy, because if you play this way against Korea, because you have Korea, you know. Don't underestimate the Asian people, you know. Don't underestimate Korea. I remember the last match I watched them play. They played with their heart and soul. Pun intended. Pun is very intended. They played with their heart and soul in that match, which I think they ended up losing. But they will run, and they will run. So, Mexico, put on your A game against them, because, yeah, you're going to have a tough opponent. Let's see how Korea plays against Czech. I'm not sure if I'll be watching that match tonight, because it's going to be late and have an early day tomorrow. But let's just see. But I just get this off of my chest because, you know, I couldn't hold it in. I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, this is... For opening match, you'd think it have a bit more excitement to it, but I guess not necessarily have to be that way. And more red cards, more cards were shown than goals scored, which I find, again, quite ridiculous. But as I said, the ball is round. The match is the match, the ball is the ball. Somebody win, somebody lose. It was not a draw. So this is just the start. I could see how the rest of the tournament go. And yeah, I could just say. So that brings us to the end of my little rant / analysis / whatever it was. Because yeah. So if you like the video, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Until next time, take care.